Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis, ready to bring you the world's royal news, complete with summer allergies, just for you. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's time at Netflix appears to be coming to an end. According to multiple reports, the couple's $100 million deal with the streaming platform will not be renewed when it expires later this year. Under their Archewell Productions banner, they delivered several nonfiction titles, including Harry and Meghan, Live to Lead, Heart of Invictus, and the lifestyle series with Love, Meghan. A source told People magazine that the decision not to extend the contract reflects a shift in Netflix's broader business strategy. Another insider shared with The Sun that there's no animosity from either side and the things have just run their course. Though the Archewell-Netflix relationship is winding down, the already filmed second season of With Love, Meghan is still expected to roll out as planned. Reactions to the couple's creative output have been mixed. On The View, co-host Anna Navarro remarked that some people like her, some people hate her, some people don't care, motioning to herself as part of that third category. Meanwhile, Meghan McCain was more direct, criticizing Markle's jam making and multiple rebrands, saying, "I don't want to eat her jam. I don't know what she's doing. It was so boring." The first official viewing figures had recently come in for Meghan Markle's much-hyped lifestyle show With Love, Meghan, and they may not be what the Duchess had hoped, and apparently aren't what Netflix expected. According to Netflix's newly released global data, With Love, Meghan, which premiered in March after a delay caused by California wildfires, failed to crack the platform's top 300 most-watched shows for the first half of 2025. The show garnered 5.3 million views, placing it 383rd on the list, on par with reruns of Suits. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams said, "Meghan's star in Hollywood is currently not a bright one. Her much-touted cookery series, With Love, Meghan, was not only panned by the critics, but also failed to make the top 300 most-watched Netflix shows. The decision to film its successor back-to-back was idiotic, as nothing could be learnt from the reaction to the first. We'll point out to Mr. Fitzwilliams that had the second season not already been filmed, it likely would never exist." Harry's Polo documentary didn't do well either, ranking 3,436 out of 7,000 titles on its platform and reportedly drawing only 500,000 views in 6 months. One source said she had everything going for her: name, platform, press, and the numbers were dismal. Meghan's wine is making headlines once again, this time not for what's inside the bottle, but for how it's wrapped. Now that the deliveries have started arriving, reviews are pouring in, and not just about the taste. What's dividing fans? The packaging. Each bottle arrived wrapped in white tissue paper and nestled inside a simple cardboard box. Some fans were delighted by the presentation. "Isn't it lovely how it was packaged? Just a lovely experience opening that box for the first time," one customer posted on X. Another compared it favorably to established California wineries, saying, "As ever, packaging is by far the best." But others were less than charmed. "What a massive waste of tissue paper," one critic wrote. "The bottles look like bowling pins, ghosts, or something worse." Another joked that the design might be more suited to Halloween. "All they need is a couple of eyes and a spooky mouth on there, and she's got a Halloween winner." The wine itself has also received mixed reviews from early sippers, with fans split on the flavour profile. Still, the product's rapid sellout proves the Duchess's brand power remains strong, even if it courts criticism. Branding expert Edward Coram James was critical, telling The Express, "This is classic scarcity marketing at play. For a new celebrity brand, particularly one with a global figure like Meghan, this is the most potent way to establish premium status and high demand. They are creating fear of missing out, FOMO, on a grand scale. The fact that we are talking about the sellouts and the refunds only amplifies the narrative that these products are incredibly desirable. For as ever, the challenge is to move from being the brand that always sells out and sometimes refunds to the brand that consistently delivers quality and exclusivity." Oprah Winfrey appeared on Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa, making a light-hearted remark about Harry and Meghan's family name, referring to them playfully as the Sussexes, while discussing her hypothetical plans for baby chicks. The moment drew laughter from the host and a subtle nod to the tongue twister that is the Duke and Duchess's shared title. Oprah also recalled the day Harry and Meghan called her on Easter weekend with an unexpected dilemma, a duck emergency. "Sorry to bother you, but we have a duck problem here," Harry reportedly said. A duck had wandered onto their property, laid eggs, and hatched ducklings, but with no proper pond, the couple were hoping Oprah's estate might offer a more suitable home. Oprah agreed, but things quickly descended into feathered chaos. As Harry opened the car door in front of Oprah's friend Gayle King and her children, the mother duck made a break for it, flying off while her ducklings remained in a box. What followed, Oprah said, was a half hour of duck herding as she, Harry, Meghan and others dashed around, trying to reunite the panicked mother with her fluffy offspring. Harry's running after her, Meghan's running after her, we've got the ducks in the box. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, Oprah laughed, adding that, yes, there is video. Family Guy is once again taking aim at the Sussexes. In a recent episode, Stewie warns Brian that interfering in the past could alter the future. Brian scoffs. Doesn't history pretty much suck? He then rattles off a list of history's low points. Hitler, the Crusades, and finally, Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle. Cue the cutaway, and animated Harry watching the episode on TV sighs, "Again?" before turning to the camera with hands on his hips asking, "Oh, like all of your wives are so much better." It's not the first time Family Guy has mocked the couple. In a 2023 episode, cartoon versions of Harry and Meghan were shown lounging by a pool as a butler delivered their millions from Netflix for no one knows what. Meghan then receives a notification for a paid Instagram post, and Harry groans, "I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense." That same year, South Park took its own satirical swing. In the infamous Worldwide Privacy Tour episode, thinly veiled caricatures of Harry and Meghan marched around demanding to be left alone, while simultaneously making global appearances. The show even lampooned Harry's memoir, Spare, rebranding it Where. Prince Harry's camp is pushing back against speculation that he fears being banished by Prince William once his brother ascends the throne. The claim came from royal author Tom Bower, who told the Mirror that Harry is seriously worried about his long-term place within the royal fold and believes William might freeze him out entirely when he becomes king. But in response, a spokesperson for the Duke of Sussex issued a sharp retort via GB News, saying, "It's funny how the people who know the least about him always have the most to say." More palace in just a moment. By the way, if you're into true crime, please check out our new podcast, Celebrity Trials. It's covering all the day-to-day big trials currently going on around the country and around the world, and also diving deep into those celebrity trials of the past. It comes out daily, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. Check it out, Celebrity Trials. Plans for the funeral of King Charles, codenamed London Bridge, remain among the most closely guarded secrets of the monarchy, but a recent media leak has sparked a storm of recriminations behind palace walls, revealing the iron grip with which royal communications are managed, even in matters as sensitive as a monarch's death. When the Telegraph published its headline-grabbing piece, Prince Harry and Meghan at heart of King's funeral plans, it marked the first time the British press had seriously lifted the veil on the operation surrounding the King's eventual passing. The article claimed Harry and Meghan would be invited to take central roles and that the traditional mourning period might be shortened. But no sooner had the story hit the newsstands than palace officials sprang into damage control, despite the detail having reportedly come from within the palace's own funeral planning team. According to the Daily Beast, the King's top communications chief, Tobin Andre, was livid. Multiple sources confirm Andre made frantic attempts to halt or delay publication. One Fleet Street insider described it as a meltdown on the phone with the Telegraph's editors, despite the paper typically being among the more palace-friendly publications. A senior journalist familiar with the saga said the newspaper did not wish to be controlled, leading to a heated standoff. Andre lobbied behind the scenes for over 24 hours but failed to prevent publication. The result, a furious communications campaign aimed at containing the spill. Andre allegedly used a private WhatsApp group known as the Royal Rota to warn off other reporters in a message seen by the Daily Beast, marked strictly not for reporting in any form. He labelled the article unconscionable and downright offensive, especially given the King's ongoing cancer treatment. Andre warned that any outlet repeating details of the report would unlikely receive assistance in future royal coverage. He also sent a message to members of the larger international rota of royal correspondents, claiming the London Bridge plans were not yet finalised and that coverage was deeply distasteful under the circumstances. He added, speculation about demise planning is deeply distasteful in normal circumstances, but downright offensive given that HMK is living with cancer and doing extremely well. Behind the scenes, the leak appears to have triggered internal friction within the palace as well. Some courtiers fear that the apparent inclusion of Harry and Meghan in key funeral roles might be seen as the beginning of a thaw in the royal rift, an interpretation the palace seems eager to prevent from taking hold. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.